Hello and welcome to another episode of After Prison. I'm your host, Joe. Today we're doing another awesome interview with an awesome chick named Megan. She's got a great story to tell, and we're also going to be presenting her with a gift, a ramen noodle. You really have no idea how people react when they see ramen noodles who have been incarcerated. But we're actually here right now with Megan, so let's go say hi to her, and we're going to tell a great story of Megan and the things that she's been through. Megan, hello.
Hey Joe.
How are you?
Good.
I'd like to thank you for doing this. We're going to tell an awesome story, and because that you agreed to do this show, we want to present you with a gift from us. Wow, obviously individuals who've been incarcerated never want to see ramen noodles.
That's a bad gift, Joe.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't think that was going to go over that bad, but how many of those did you eat while you were where you were?
Oh, I lost count.
Okay, so we're here with Megan, and Megan is a young lady just coming home after incarceration, and Megan is going to tell her story and a little bit about what she's gone through since coming home after prison, and the struggles that you probably went through before going to prison and while you were incarcerated. So why don't you tell us first and foremost what led to your incarceration and how long you spent locked up?
Well, led to my incarceration, I got mixed up in manufacturing.
Manufacturing drugs, okay.
Yeah. Got way out there, just, everything was a mess. So I got locked up for that. I served 3 years out of the 15 that they gave me. The first year or so was really hard.
Right.
Trying to get adjusted and trying to do everything like that.
Did you have any kind of drug issues while you were incarcerated?
Oh yeah. There was a situation a year and a half ago where some stuff came in and I was just in a bad spot, so I was like, you know what, yeah, whatever.
Why don't you talk a little bit about the things that you're doing to try to right your wrongs a little bit and try to get your life back on the right track?
Really what I'm doing, I'm just focusing a lot on work. I go to like 3 NA meetings a week, and do all that stuff, trying to work, the 12 steps or whatever, but out of here.
Pretty much everybody you know is back home, so you're talking to them, and you were telling us how those individuals can kind of be a bad influence on you and can kind of you worry about them bringing you back into that kind of a life, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Even though I'm not around them, it still makes it hard when you're on the phone with them and they're high or something like that, That makes it really hard.
Does it make you ever think about wanting to go get high again?
Actually, it used to, but now it's kind of I'm wow, they're in so much bull crap, it's not even worth it.
So let's talk a little bit about the relationship that you were in. That's kind of an interesting story.
I met him when I was really, really young. I met him when I was 15.
Really?
Then we got married when I was 16.
Oh wow.
He was 18. So and the whole reason I did that is because I was living with my dad, and he was really bad on drugs too. So we'd fight all the time. So in order for me to, kind of get out and get emancipated was, get married, and then I could be on my own. It would be like I was 18, but I was only 16. So when we got married, we moved into his dad's house or whatever for a little while. And we really didn't have to do anything. We had a lot of money from his family to, just go and do whatever we wanted to do, really.
Let's talk about the fact that you say you're nowhere near where you're from. You're in a whole different location now.
Yeah.
Where are you actually living now?
Right now I'm actually living in a transitional halfway house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how has that been?
It's been a struggle because, I got out of prison and I was around all the women, and now I'm in the same situation out here.
Right.
So there's a lot of drama there and stuff, but the program itself is really good. It's just the being around everybody, with, you know,
A
everybody.
lot of different personalities. Yeah, I can
But and
imagine.
the whole house is all of us. We've all been in prison, so like everybody there has, you know, their own whatever. So I mean,
So after the transitional house, where do you go from there?
after the transitional house, I'm actually moving in with a lady that was at the house. She got her own place. It's in a really good part of town. It's a gated community, you
Right.
know, straight and everything. So I'm moving in with her.
And real quick, I just want to ask you this. You've been out now since October.
Yeah.
What do you feel your chances are of actually making it out here? You've obviously suffered from addiction problems. You know, I'm sure you worry about possibly relapse and things like that. What do you think your chances are of being successful after incarceration? You think they're good?
It's kind of like a 50-50 because, you know, at any time, like, at any moment you can slip up and things would go bad again. So, I mean, I feel pretty good about my chances of staying out because I'm doing everything that I can, you know, to make sure that I don't slip back into the same habits that I had.
So I noticed earlier that you've got some tattoos on you. Did you get any work while you were in prison?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Can we see some of the tattoos?
This one on my wrist for my son, and then I've got this one.
What exactly
You probably can't see it too good. But
Yeah.
It says flirting with suicide.
Were you suicidal at one point?
At one point, yeah, I was, like, when I was younger or whatever, and, like, right before I got locked up.
What was that about?
You
Like-
know, just, like, getting crazy and I don't know, I think it was more or less the drugs and everything just got overwhelming. I was like, fuck this, life sucks, like,
Right.
none of this is gonna change, like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, I kind of got this for, like, you know, because every time I look at it, I'll be like, you know, I made it through that, and it's kind of like a reminder, I guess.
You got to get ready to go to work. We're actually at your work right now. I just want to thank you for doing this with us, for agreeing to do this interview, and for sharing some of your story with us. I would hope that, you know, we could continue this with you as you try to get your life together after prison. And you're going to come back and see us?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, I had fun today. It was really good, so.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you did this. Thank you very much for that. And,
You're welcome.
you know, continue to do the right thing. You got a great head on your shoulders. Continue doing what you're doing, Megan. You're doing awesome. And I want to see you make it, as I'm sure does everyone else who's going to be watching this. So, again, thank you, and have a good day at work.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Probably not, right? And the reason being is because we need microphones. They're called lavaliers. They actually look like little things that just clip to your back right here, and they got the little mic right here. We need those. $200. Anybody out there want to play Santa? Would help our show out a lot. Hey, look, we had a great time shooting with Megan today. She told her story. She, like others, is coming home trying to get it together and still dealing with battles with addiction. Like she said, it's a 50-50 toss-up whether she thinks she'll make it. We can only hope that she will, and we're going to bring her back for another episode, guaranteed to come your way in the near future. Today has been a big day for the After Prison series. We got a plug on the radio this morning where my cameraman was actually on the radio this morning talking about the show and had that whole little phone call aired on the radio. That was a huge thing. We also met another individual while shooting who was homeless after incarceration, after coming home from prison, living in a tent, and we're gonna do a segment on him real soon. And the phone call that my cameraman had with the radio station prompted us to get in contact with another female who's coming home after prison, and she just served 13 years for murdering her husband. Wait till you hear her story. She's agreed to do a segment with the After Prison series, and that'll also be coming your way real soon. Again, we really need these microphones. If somebody out there would play Santa, if somebody out there would kindly contribute, we've got a crowdfunding campaign, GoFundMe.com/AfterPrison. We need this $200 in a big way so we can bring you clear audio in each and every episode. Thanks for watching. Another episode will be coming your way real soon. Take care.